So I have thought about making this video for a while now, but I wasn't quite sure honestly if you guys would even want to hear it. But being a concealed carry permit holder made me make one major change in my day-to-day life, and I just wanted to throw this out there and see if any of you felt the same way or have done the same thing. I stopped drinking. You see, drinking is a big part of our society. A beer after work, a glass of wine at dinner, shots out with your buddies on the weekend. I get it. But after years of drinking myself, since probably the age of 16 or so, I realized that it wasn't really serving me anymore, and maybe it never was, and I had to make a change. So here are my 3 reasons why I decided to stop drinking alcohol. Let's get to it. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay Costa, and I am just a red-blooded American patriot living behind enemy lines here in the great state of New Jersey. And today, I'm getting a bit personal with you guys. I'm sharing why I made one of the biggest decisions of my life. I stopped drinking. Yeah, just completely done with alcohol. And I've got 3 big reasons that I wanted to share with you as to why I did it. I wanted to share this with you guys because you may feel the same way or may not, especially if you have been new to carrying a firearm around every day, as I have the last few years. So if you've ever thought about cutting back or quitting altogether drinking alcohol, stick around. This one may hit a chord for you. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here and you want to stay up to date on our weekly videos. And let's just dive right into it. So first, the number 1 reason that I decided to stop drinking was I was just tired of it, like done with it. You ever get to that point where something you used to enjoy just feels like more than that now? Well, that was me with alcohol. I'd have a drink and instead of feeling like relaxed like I should or having a good time, I felt like I was being dragged down kind of like a dark alley. Drinking started to feel like it was controlling me instead of the other way around. I'd plan my weekends around it, my nights around it, my dinners around it. It was like I was living for the next drink instead of living for, I'm just gonna say it, God, or even myself and my family. I wanted my clarity back. I wanted to wake up every day feeling good, ready to take on the day, not dragging myself out of bed like a lazy bum. Quitting drinking gave me that freedom. No more wasting time or energy on something that wasn't adding value to my life any longer. Now, listen, if I was still like a single guy, maybe I'd feel differently. Alcohol has been known to be probably the best social lubricant out there. But that brings me to my next reason. Reason number 2 is that I have a family and children to protect now, and that's obviously a big one. I've got a wife and kids who depend on me now. They're my world, and it's my job to protect them. That's a responsibility that I don't take lightly. You see, when I was drinking, even just a little, I wasn't at my best, and I knew it. Alcohol slows you down. It slows down your reflexes, your judgment, your awareness, everything. If something ever went down, would I be 100% ready to handle the situation and protect my family? Honestly, no. And that was not okay with me anymore. There was one experience in particular, Christmas of 2023. I was at just a family Christmas dinner party. I wasn't out raging. I was with my wife, my first daughter, and my second daughter, who was only a few weeks old at the time. And they had a full bar. They did it up real good. Full bar with a bartender there serving alcohol all night. I got hammered, I got wasted, and I relied on my wife to be good to drive us home. But guess what? She drank some too. Now, thank the Lord we were around family, of course, and excuse me, the right decisions were made. But what if we weren't? I had to have my own mother drive me and my wife and 2 children home. I was ashamed, embarrassed. This was not the man I wanted to be for my growing family. And that was the last time I drank alcohol over a year and a half ago now. Being a dad means being present in the moment, not just physically, but mentally. My kids need me there to be sharp, whether it's to protect them from harm's way, or whether it's just helping with schoolwork, or just being there to listen. Drinking was taking away from all of that for me. Even one drink could make me feel less focused. I didn't want my kids to see me as anything less than the best version of myself. They look up to me. And I'm sure if you have kids, you feel that. And let's be real, kids notice everything. I want him to look up to a dad who's in control, not someone who's leaning or dependent on a drink to unwind. So for me, it was the right decision to choose my family over drinking alcohol any longer. Reason number 3 is a serious one, and maybe one of the biggest reasons why you guys are watching this video is I carry a firearm every single day now. If you're part of the 2A community, you know carrying is a lifestyle. It's more than just a choice. It's about being prepared, staying disciplined, and keeping safety first. But here's the deal, alcohol and firearms don't mix, period. Laws vary tremendously, obviously, when it comes to carrying a firearm and drinking alcohol, depending on the state. Some allow drinking while carrying until the point of intoxication, almost like a DUI when you're driving. Others don't allow carrying a firearm at all in bars, like Florida, for instance. But in my state, New Jersey, you can't even have a drop of alcohol in your system while carrying. And we bash the New Jersey laws on firearms all the time. Maybe you guys may hate on me for this. Let me know in that comment section down below. But I'm actually okay with this one. A firearm demands 100% clarity and control. One bad decision, one moment of bad or impaired judgment, and lives could be changed forever. If I ever carried while drinking alcohol, I would be really rolling the dice. What if I had to use my firearm in a self-defense situation? What if my drunken finger slips onto the finger while I'm in the bathroom and I get a negligent discharge? The law doesn't care, and the state is not going to care if you only had one, and the legal ramifications associated with making such a bad decision and drinking while carrying could be catastrophic. It just was not worth the inherent risk of potentially one day making that mistake like any flawed human being is capable of doing, me especially. And this is not just New Jersey, to be fair. There's states like North Carolina and Ohio, I believe. Any alcohol in your system while carrying can land you in serious trouble. Fines, jail time, losing your permit. I wasn't about to risk my rights or my family's safety. So I made a choice. Keep carrying, stay sharp, just totally ditch the alcohol. It's about what I take on as my responsibility, not just to myself, but to everyone around me, to make sure everyone is safe based on my decisions. Now, since I stopped drinking, life has been, I would say, better. I'm sharper, more focused, mind is more clear, less anxiety, which I struggle with, and I've got a lot more energy. I'm a better husband, a better dad, a better man. My mind's clearer, I'm ready for anything, whether it's a late night emergency or just keeping up with my now 3 kids. Plus, you save money. I mean, those red wines out to dinner or the IPAs at home add up fast on the wallet. Quitting was not easy at first. Habits are hard to break, but it's been worth it. I replaced drinking with better habits like exercising and just spending more time with my family. And I sleep better now, knowing I'm always ready to protect what matters most. That being said, there have been some drawbacks. I'll just be honest with you here. I find it hard not to make it awkward in public in a social setting while not drinking and everyone else is. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's how I explain it, but people get the impression that I have like an AA meeting the next morning to get to. Trust me, that is not it. But I think some people who don't know me enough yet may get that impression sometimes. And while I actually do enjoy a non-alcoholic beer at home, it does fill the craving and scratches the itch, so to speak, for a drink. I find it even more awkward to order a non-alcoholic beverage at a restaurant or a bar, and that's if they even have one. I also do miss going out for a drink with my wife before or after dinner. That's not to say we can't still do it, but it's a quicker night out, no doubt. And let me also say this, let me end with this. There is nothing actually inherently wrong with drinking. Jesus himself turned water into wine at the wedding in Cana, right? But drunkenness, on the other hand, is wrong. It is disrespectful to yourself as a man or woman. It's disrespectful to your family. It's disrespectful to the people around you. That's not the image that we were created in. Not drinking, but drunkenness is the loss of self-control, it's poor judgment, and it's a moral failure, a failure that I committed consistently. As St. Paul says in his letter to the Ephesians, do not get drunk with wine, for that is debauchery, but be filled with the Spirit. So that's my story on why I stopped drinking alcohol, because I can't afford to be anything less than 100% anymore. If you're thinking about cutting back or quitting altogether, I'm here to tell you in this video, you should at least try it. Give it a shot and see how you feel. you may feel better knowing that you're not dependent on alcohol at all anymore, as I did. It's not about being perfect, but it's about being intentional. Drop a comment below. Have you thought about quitting drinking? What's holding you back? Let's talk about it. And if you like this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And if you want J Costa USA merchandise, just like this, Behind Enemy Lines, I'll put a link in the description box down below. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.